Hello everyone, this is Dr. Axel, and in this video we are going to review how to pronounce numbers in American English. The primary numbers that we're going to differentiate or listen to how we pronounce them differently would be the teens and the tens, or the teens 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. But let's start with the number 1. We have 1, then 2, number 2. Then we have the number 3, 3. The number 4, 4. The number 5, 5. The number 6, 6. The number 7, 7. The number 8, 8, or just 8, where the T is not pronounced. Sometimes it disappears in American English. We might say 8, or we might say 8, 8, 8, where the T is not pronounced. The number 9, 9, and the number 10, 10. Number 11, 11, not 11, not 11, but 11, 11. Number 12, 12. And with the teens, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, we pronounce the T in teen. So this number is 13. Then we have 14, 14. Then we have 15, 15. And 16, 16. 17, 17. 18, 18. 19, 19. And then we have the number 20. And we pronounce the number 20 in American English with an N. So even though the number has a T, 20, we have two T's, the second T is going to be pronounced like an N. So 20. Then we have 21, 20. American English speakers like to economize on language. It's more effort to say 20. Instead, we say 20. So all of the 20s will pronounce with an N instead of a T. So 22, 22, 22, 23, and so on and so forth. So it would be 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And then we get to the tens, or the 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And with these numbers, we are going to pronounce with a D sound. So even though the number 30 is spelled with two T's, the first one, TH together, the tongue between the teeth. The second T is actually going to be pronounced with a D sound. So it's 30, same way with 40, even though there's a T in 40, we're going to pronounce it with a D sound, 40. And 50, even though there's a T sound, or a T in 50, we don't say 50, we say 50 in American English. Then we have 60 and 70 and 80, even though there's a T. And the spelling of 80, we pronounce it with a D. And 90 is pronounced with a D also. And the reason we do this is because if we pronounce both of these numbers, 13 and 30, with a T sound, both of them, it's actually, we pronounce it 13 and 30. If we pronounce the tens, or 30, 40, 50, and so on, with a T sound also, then those numbers sound too close to the pronunciation of the teens. So we would say 1330, 1440, 1550, 1660, 1770, 1880, and 1990. So again, I'll say these very quickly. 1330, 1440, 1550, 1660, 1770, 1880, 1990, and then we get into the number 100. So the number 100 would be pronounced as a 100. Some people might say the 100, but it's more common to hear drid for 100. And then a more accurate pronunciation might be 100. Instead of saying 100, people might say 100. You have 100 guests that are coming to the wedding, or you might have $100, 100. And then also, instead of 101, we might hear 101. So the N here, instead of and, we might hear just the N sound. So it would be 101, 102, 103. So there's just an N sound for the and. Instead of saying and, we might hear just n. So 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109. We also might hear for the 0, instead of saying 0, 101, we might hear 101 and 102 and 103 and 104 and 105. So this is just some of the numbers in English. We would hear 1,000 also instead of 1,000. We might hear 100,000 instead of 100,000. So the same principle and approaches to pronouncing numbers would be the same for 1,000, 100,000, and 1,000,000. So instead of saying 1,000,000, we might hear 1,000,000. So this was how to pronounce numbers in American English. Thank you very much.